Getting accepted to Amazon merch can be one of the biggest barriers for new sellers who want to start selling t-shirts online through Amazon. In this video, I'm going to share all of my best tips for getting your application accepted really fast and on the first try, so make sure you stick around. As the biggest e-commerce platform out there, Amazon is an amazing place to sell print-on-demand products because they already have so many people who purchase from them daily and are very comfortable with the process of shopping on Amazon. But with such name recognition and success, Amazon tends to be one of the more exclusive platforms in terms of who they accept and of all the hoops that they are going to make you jump through to sell on their site. I also sell on Etsy, Redbubble, and a few other sites, and all of them you could pretty much log onto right now and be selling your first products within the hour. But that's not the case with Amazon. My products on Amazon, though, make me more money than all of these other sites combined, so I still think it's a really amazing platform that new print-on-demand sellers need to be working on. This is the exact strategy that I used to get accepted to Amazon merch on my first try, so make sure you watch to the end of the video to have the best shot to get yourself one of these coveted Merch by Amazon accounts. I'm Hannah, and on this channel I talk about all things print on demand and making passive income online. This is part 1 in my multi-video series in starting a print on demand business using Amazon, so make sure you're subscribed below for more print on demand content in the rest of this series. When you first get to the Amazon Merch on Demand page, it is going to prompt you to log in using your current Amazon account. If you don't already have an Amazon account, just go ahead and make yourself one right now. Now that you're logged into your Merch by Amazon account, it is going to prompt you to fill out all of this logistical information in terms of who you are. First, it's going to ask you if you are a corporation or an individual. It does not hurt your chances in any way if you are an individual as opposed to a business. So this is how I applied. I just put that I was an individual and I used my full name as my business name. Once you've filled out your country and region, it will prompt you to fill out the rest of your personal information, including your address, email, phone numbers, and a few other questions. Make sure you fill that out truthfully because that will be a big factor in evaluating your application. Once you have completed your personal information, you'll be prompted to fill out your banking info. The easiest way to get paid by Amazon merch is through your personal bank in a direct deposit. But if for some reason you don't have a bank account or your country is not yet supported by Amazon, you can simply create a Payoneer account, somewhat similar to PayPal, and they will be able to pay you through that. But you're going to need to create a separate Payoneer account, so go and do that first and then put your information in after. The last part of this section is completing the tax interview for Amazon. Once again, it's going to ask you if you're an individual or a business. It does not hurt your account or your chances in any way if you just are an individual. And then it's going to ask you to provide some tax identification information. So this is going to vary depending on what region or country you're in. But for the United States, you're either going to put your social security number if you're an individual or your tax identification number if you are a business or a corporation. Following this, you will need to check that you consent to having Amazon send you electronic tax documents. So check that box, and then you are going to type your full name to sign this document and complete this part. Now that you've completed all of the logistical information sections, it's time for you to start working on the additional information section that Amazon provides for you. This is the spot that I think really matters when it comes to getting your application accepted, because before now there was really no way to differentiate yourself from anyone else or show Amazon what you actually have to offer them. First, you need to tell Amazon what type of business this will be. So there is a drop down, and I applied saying I was a novelty t-shirt business, and I've seen a lot of people have success for that. But if you're an artist and want to put that, I think that would be great too. But across the board, if you are just starting in print on demand, I think putting you are a novelty t-shirt business has the best chances. Now it's time to write out that additional information section. It's going to be really important to focus on this and make it sound really good to Amazon. I think it's important to let Amazon know who you are. If you are planning to sell print on demand t-shirts, I think it's totally okay to say, I am a designer. If you plan to sell print on demand products or you have been on other platforms, I think it is totally fine to say, I am a designer creating unique, one-of-a-kind t-shirts to sell. There is no official certificate that makes someone a designer, so if you plan to make t-shirts and you know how to create a design, you can call yourself a designer. Next, I think it's important to validate that you do have some success and you are selling products on other sites. So if you don't already have this, but you are planning to sell on someplace like Redbubble or Etsy, you could just mention that I sell print-on-demand products on other sites as well. You don't need to go into any kind of detail, and you don't necessarily need to list the other sites that you sell on. I think this kind of just lets them know that you know how print-on-demand works because you are familiar with other platforms and you have sold products on them. The next thing you want to include in your application, if you are going to be bringing any outside traffic to Amazon, even though Amazon is the biggest e-commerce platform, they always want to expand that. So if you can let them know that you have an Instagram account, a Facebook account, a blog, that you are going to be bringing traffic to them, they are going to love that. Pretty much across the board, everyone has some type of social media. So just say, I plan to promote my products on Instagram or Facebook or whichever social media platform you regularly use. Even if you don't plan to do this, I think it's great to include and to let Amazon know that you probably will be providing them with some type of outside traffic. Next, in this additional information section, you need to say clearly that you have read and agree with the terms and conditions that Amazon has set forth. You can even say something like, I am very familiar with trademark laws and I do not plan to create or sell any products that are going to infringe on trademarks or copyrights of other parties. It is a lot of work for Amazon to keep up with banning and keeping track of people who are always infringing on people. If you can show them that you have already read all of their terms, you understand them, and you intend to comply with them, I think this is a great thing to include in your application that's going to just put you a step above some of those other people. In general, for this application section, I think it's super important to position yourself as someone who has something to offer to Amazon. So you're not being braggy, but you're also not begging Amazon to let you have an account. And if this is your second or third attempt trying to get an account and you've already been denied, do not mention that at all. Lastly, you need to make sure that this sounds professional and has correct grammar. So don't use any slang words in there, don't use incomplete sentences. Make sure that it sounds professional and businesslike. And if English is not your first language, I would definitely recommend having some type of native speaker just quickly glance over this to make sure that it sounds natural. Because sometimes when you plug in your language into a site like Google Translate, sometimes things come off a little bit robotic and not natural. And these applications are going to be reviewed in English, so I think it's really important that they come across as very clear and businesslike. Also, if you have any typos or spelling errors, that does not give Amazon a lot of confidence that you're going to be able to create designs that are going to do really well on their platforms. Once you have submitted this last part of your application, Amazon is going to let you know that this typically takes a couple weeks to review applications. I've heard of some people getting their answer back within a couple days, and other people it taking a few weeks before they heard yes or no on their application. I believe it took me just shy of a week to receive my application status back, letting me know that I had been accepted to the program. If you're worried about the email getting lost or you not seeing it, just make sure to check back on this site often. If you do find that one day you're able to log in and it takes you to where you can upload products, congratulations, you've been accepted. Once you are accepted to Amazon Merch, you'll log into your account and notice that you're able to upload 10 unique designs. The thing about Amazon Merch is it works on a tier system, meaning when you first get started, you're limited to how many designs and uploads you have, and as you prove yourself by making more sales, you will be able to go higher and higher on their tier system, expanding the amount of money that you're able to make. Tier 10 and Tier 25, which are those first tiers, can definitely be the most challenging and where a lot of people get discouraged and give up. So if you want to know how to tier up really fast and how to get out of those lower tiers, make sure you watch this video next, where I'm going to break down everything you need to know about the Amazon tier system and how to tier up really fast. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one.